Hi everyone, thank you for tuning back into Newegg TV, and today is our follow-up video for what we published on Monday regarding our new testbed system that I assembled here in the Newegg studios. Now first I wanted to respond to a few of the questions that were asked about this build. The build itself was totally smooth. It's actually one of the most straightforward and trouble-free builds that I've had in quite a while. The system booted right up. I only had to do a few minor BIOS tweaks to get the memory to recognize at the right speed. Other than that, everything worked perfectly, even to the extent that the HDMI outs on the ATI 5870s that we have automatically output the audio through to our TV. So that went very well. Now a couple other questions about the build itself. A few people mentioned that we have a 750 watt power supply here, which is a little bit on the slim side for the system that we have, that being the 980X CPU as well as the dual ATI Radeon 5870s. As far as the power goes, we have not had any issues with that. The system has not shut down or restart, but definitely we're pushing right up against that 750 watt limit. So we didn't do any overclocking on the CPU itself, and since this CPU is in here temporarily, we're actually going to swap it out and give it back to Intel and put something a little bit slower in there. So we should have plenty of headroom on the 750 watt PSU. I also wanted to mention the ThermalTake Frio cooler that we have. It's my first time working with it, and it has done an excellent job as far as cooling goes. Our CPU idle temps are right around 30 degrees Celsius, and even under load it's only pushing up to about 50-55 degrees max. Also wanted to mention that our operating system RAID array, our two Intel 40 gigabyte SSDs that we have in there, are incredibly fast. And load times, as far as booting up the operating system and loading programs, are incredibly fast. When we ran CrystalDisk Mark on it, it was pushing right about 375 megabytes per second, and that's with the operating system being installed onto those SSDs. Now without further ado, we're going to get onto some of the benchmarks. We've been running a lot of them today. It's getting pretty hot in here, so here they are. We hope you enjoy. See you next time, everyone.